You're on.
All right, if you'd rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Volrath?
Here.
Mr. Blanton?
Here.
Mr. Robinson?
He's en route, from my understanding. All right, the purpose of this special meeting will be to discuss the following items and take action as needed. We want to review and award the crack sealing and seal coating of the parking lot at West Park and crack sealing the walking trail at West Park. So they're both in one spots. Mr. Brett, do you want to comment on that?
I do. We have quotes from two different companies. And Howe Asphalt gave us two different options. So Howe is the low quote for the project overall, whichever option we would take. The two differences are, one, they would have more people, so it would cost them a little more to try to do everything in one day.
Okay.
Their recommendation, and Wayne and I have talked with them, and I've talked with Wayne, as much as we'd like to get the parking lot back open, we really need to close it for 2 days.
And I agree with that. We want to do it right.
Yeah, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. So that's my recommendation.
So that's the recommendation on the $11,075, is that right?
No, it's one that starts at $10,155.
Oh, it's that one? Okay, I'm sorry.
And the total for everything with that would be $24,690.
And which one is this?
It's
Option B.
24,000
How?
what?
Yeah, this one.
Here, what is that?
What does it come to, Jim? 24,000 what?
I got it.
$24,690.
Even? Even, Mr. Brett?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and his bid is based on estimated amounts. If he uses less, then he'll charge us less. He doesn't think he'll use more because he made sure that he wouldn't have to do that.
Okay.
So,
And I know it includes striping in on this because I see it, so.
yeah. So we
Okay.
wanted to make sure that this was everything, so when they get done, it's done, looks good, and hopefully
Alright.
won't need work on for the next couple of years.
So the other one that Hal put in is 33,000.
No, the other one from Powell is just
Is that right?
about $1,000 more, $950 more.
Oh,
The one for 33 is from Southwest Ohio Services.
Oh, you got them stapled to the same one then. Okay. Yep, you're right, my fault. All right, go ahead.
So,
That was my fault. So we're discussing Julia C. Howe's recommendation of Mr. Brett and Wayne Miller and myself also for the one with the price of $10,155 at the top right-hand corner. The total price is $24,690. And we'll have to close the park down for 2 days, which they want to do that, we want to do that, so it's done correctly. So that includes the trail and all the parking lot and the restriping.
Okay.
And then our other bid.
What is the proposed time frame for that?
Excuse me?
What's the proposed time frame?
We need to vote him in, right?
Sometime this summer.
Roll call?
as soon as possible, I think you can note the time
Oh,
that
okay,
he showed up.
okay.
Yeah, as soon as they can get us on the list.
Yeah,
That was kind of the reason for
It's
the
getting ready
special
to get
meeting.
hot, right.
was Because
Because we didn't want to wait till the end of
list.
June and then not get on their docket or not get on their schedule until middle of August or late August. And we wanted to get it done in the summer, get it done where the majority of the people are visiting our park. So it was supposed to be on our last agenda and it was not.
Okay.
All right, any discussion?
Well, did I miss any discussion from either of you
No.
two on it?
No.
Okay.
Well, wait, you're the first.
Just an explanation of the two bids.
Well, you
from
meant,
Hal.
yeah, with what I just told you, what Jim just said.
So we have Howe and
We got Howe, and we have Southwestern Ohio Services.
Okay, and the recommendation is to go with Hal.
Yep.
With option B,
With 24,690.
closing the parking lot for 2
Yes.
days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any discussion, Mr.
No, I
Allred?
think the 2 days
Is good
better
with
option,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, I have no discussion either, so I'll make a motion that we go with Howe Asphalt Sealing and Company, and it's the bid that they put in where we'll close the park for 2 days, and the total price amount is $24,690. And I'll make that a motion.
All right, I'll second.
Mr. Volrath?
Yes.
Mr. Blanton?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
All right, the second one is to approve the change of geotechnical services for West Park expansion from Terracon to Atlas Geotechnical Service. Mr. Brett?
We had approved the Terracon contract with Bear Becker's recommendation back in March. And they now are telling us they are so busy that they can't get to it until August. So Mark checked with some other folks that he works with and found one of the people that he worked with had a hole in their schedule. They wanted to fill that hole, so they are willing to do the work for, the Terracon was going to charge us $21,000 for. Atlas gave us a price of,
14,228?
no, it's, sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, that one.
$6,772.
Okay.
A savings of $14,228. So while that made good sense, it's still a contract above what I can approve. I wanted your approval on that, and since we already had this meeting scheduled, I added it to the public notice. So
Okay.
it's comparable work, it just worked out that they had a hole in their schedule they wanted to fill.
And Mark's,
Saves us some money.
and Mark's familiar with Atlas, correct?
Yeah, he's worked with them before, so
Because I know we've worked with Terracon before too, and we've worked with Geotechnical Services before also. So, all right, any discussion?
So here, I guess here's my concern, and obviously, I'm not going to go into all of it, but it just concerns me that's a huge amount, and obviously I want to save any money we can, but that's pretty significant to have it go from 21,000 to, what was it, 6?
Yeah, to
it's a savings
67.
of 2/3.
Right.
Right.
But with that, most people that'll raise some eyebrows when there's that big of a difference. And I mean, I guess I'm just, when I see that big of a discrepancy, and again, the fact that Terracon said they couldn't get to it in the time that we're looking to do it, and then now we're going with this other recommendation who happens to have a hole in their schedule. And again, I'm just bringing it up that this was one of my concerns that I mentioned at the last meeting of sort of doing this rush and trying to quickly go to Plan B or C and seeing what we can fit in. And I think that would give most people pause when they see a savings of 2/3 of the amount, and whether we've done our due diligence as far as, I know that you're saying that Mr. Rosenberger is familiar with them. We're not familiar with them. We're familiar with Terracon. I don't know. This is things that I will be concerned about over the coming months.
Okay. Mr. Vorath?
I mean, I say if we can save $14,000, and it's comparable work, comparable scope of work, I think it makes good sense to do. I don't know if we got lucky here or what, but Atlas having that time available. Again, I don't know anything about Atlas. I'll have to rely on Mr. Rosenberger's recommendation there.
Right. So my feelings are, the savings is great too, and I had the same concerns with the exception of I still feel like we're not rushing anything. This is a project we've been working on for 3.5, close to 4 years now. So I don't feel like we're rushing anything. Now, with the cost savings, could be 2 or 3 factors, and one of the big factors could be because they had an opening in their schedule that for whatever happened to that other contract, and they knew that we wanted it done sooner or later, so they might have priced it where they were sure to get approval on it. So that could be a viable option for them. So I'm looking at that, but it's saving us in the long run. So I will make a motion that we go with Atlas. Atlas for the geotechnical services at West Park Extension so we can move forward.
Okay, I will second.
Mr. Volrath?
Yes.
Mr. Blanton?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
I'm going to abstain, and I'm going to look into Atlas a little bit more.
I do want to say that because of the cost savings here, I've asked Mark to relook at other things for
Right.
people that he got cost estimates for, that are just folks that they are accustomed to working with more, and he agreed to do that. So we're gonna relook at everything, because when there's that kind of savings out there, who knows what this would have been if we'd have went to them first.
Right.
May not have been as great
Right.
of a savings, but that's still a lot.
And it might not have been any.
Yeah,
That's the
might not
thing
have,
too.
but it doesn't hurt to relook at things, so he and I will be doing that.
I think that's great.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful too.
That's what you're paying me for, so.
I think it's good.
Right.
Can I ask what the overall target project, completion is? Because, again, when we were talking about this about a month and a half ago, there were remarks made that, if we don't get some things cleared up in 2 weeks, that it might not happen this year, and that was a month and a half ago. I'm just wondering where we are with the overall outlook.
Mark thinks that we can still hit that target of getting done this year. What we're trying to avoid is what happened with the Pat and June Memorial Park, where we got to early bad weather, and that could still happen. The ideal situation would be done with this early November, so that we're not getting into the bad weather.
Winter time.
If you believe the Farmer's Almanac, then we should be good, because it's going to be a hot and dry summer. That'll make things go a little faster, but so I would still think that we could have it done before the weather gets bad.
Yeah.
All it takes is one thing to hold us up, like with Pat and June, and we're into next spring. So let's keep our fingers crossed and do our due diligence and make sure that that doesn't happen.
Okay.
All right. Anything from the public?
Terracon used to be owned by H.C. Nutting, or they bought out H.C. Nutting. H.C. Nutting has been the lead testing company in this area for over probably 100 years. But I think you guys should, as Mr. Brett pointed out, have an obligation to just don't let your engineer steer you to Terracon, or for that matter, any of these consultants. It should be a standard procedure. Whoever's doing your work, they should shop around, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so. We all were just in agreement with that. We all agree with that, and we want Mr. Brett and Mark Rosenberg to take another look at it.
This is kind of a rude awakening, I think.
Yeah.
Significant.
Savings.
Hopefully in the future, you won't
Actually,
see this again.
I think the awakening was, we have a contractor that's done curb and concrete work for us for years, does excellent work, and when we had some work last fall that came up, we got competitive pricing. It was below what we would have to put out to bid, and sometimes it was an emergency and they just got the work. But when they didn't get that contract that time, all of a sudden the next one that came out, they were more competitive, using more new materials, and they got the contract. So it doesn't hurt for the contractors to know that we're checking their prices, checking their work, and that they're not the only ones out there that can do that, and it's proving to save us money.
When you selected Darren Becker, did you shop that out?
That's been years ago, so I don't.
It has been years ago.
But I'll give you a good example. The Jordan Road water line. we shopped that out, and Abercrombie and Associates was the choice for that, not Bear Becker. So, yeah, going out and pricing things is well worthwhile, and we're going to continue to do that as long as the board agrees with me. So,
Yeah, but I think we're all in agreement with that.
and we're not going out and getting a fly-by-night firm either. Abercrombie and Associates has been around a long time, well respected, and the same with the Village of Cleves uses Jennifer Batter at JMA. She'll be reviewing those plans, and they work together. They know each other, so I'm not expecting there to be any problems with that.
And we've used JMA in the past also.
Right.
Yeah.
We haven't
does good
just
work.
used strictly Bear and Becker.
But if I may, traditionally, this board has used Bear and Becker predominantly for a long, long time, and there hasn't been a whole lot of pushing that out, and that's been something that I've voiced my concern about since I started, and that's part of why I'm concerned that our Pat and June Park, while it is beautiful, and again, I stopped down, is again, not 300 or 500,000, but going over $1 million likely. So yes, I would love for this board to adopt that new approach as far as trying to put more things out to bid and being more competitive, because we do get a reputation then of, and contractors know that.
Hopefully there was a lesson learned.
Any
Yes.
comments, Mr. Lloyd? Ms. Ozier? Mr. Brett?
No.
All right, motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Volrath?
Yes.
Mr. Blanton?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Can I say something before you guys go? Will one of you guys please get your cars and go down to the cemetery and just drive around the cemetery and count the garbage cans?
You drive around to the cemetery and what?
There used to be 18 down there. Now
Maple
there's
Grove?
12 or 13, yes. My wife and I, which Cindy knows my wife, we go down here 2 to 3 times a month. And we pick up everything that we can pick up that people drops on the ground, or the garbage cans are overfilled and they're laying down. We just pick as much as we can up. Right now, you have 4 garbage cans down at the lower part, the newer lower part. You got 3 in a row as the road goes in, and then you got 1 halfway up the hill by a fire hydrant or telephone pole. The one with Vietnam and Korea up on top of it. You have 1 by the telephone pole. As you enter that road going
I'll
back,
sign and do POs and
there's nothing.
give them to you. Or
That
sign them.
point all the way around until you get to the other side by the fence. There's 3 garbage cans there and 1 at the corner.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
1 garbage can, as you make your turn, as you're coming up the hill, and you make your turn where you're supposed to go, not illegally, with the next turn. You have to turn that, go past the graves of the vets,